This evening, our guest will be Fleetwood, the author of his newest book here, Blood Test, also the author of his first book, Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me. Two riveting novels, both available at Market Books. And please welcome Fleetwood.
First of all, I just want to say thank you very much. I know time is very precious in this day and time. I just really appreciate each and every one of you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and spend a little time with me and experience what black literature is about. This is not a bookstore. This is a livelihood. This is an experience. The essence of it, the books, the charisma of it, the hospitality that you will receive while you're in here. This is what black families in our history was based upon. This is the trunk of a lot of branches you see throughout the world. It all started with a very powerful family that started this store. So I'm very proud and honored to be even standing here. And just a little bit about myself. I'm a West Coast country boy. My mother's from North Carolina. My father was from out here. And I was like a divorce tour back and forth my whole life. And I used to look out a lot of windows, a lot of airplane windows, and I used to walk through a lot of airports with the stewardess holding my hand. And that's why I think I got a lot of the fairy tales as a young man, you know, by myself. My mother was a hard-working Christian black country woman, so I spent a lot of my time by myself, but she always had bookshelves of books. And that's what used to take me away like Calgon. I wanted people to remember who I was. So I had owned a record label. So I said, why not own a publisher company? Find out who was successful that didn't cut. That's what I did. I started studying publisher companies and what it would take to be a publisher. Then I had to learn how to write because I was in a perspective of just writing. And so it's a thing called the SBA, Small Business Association. They have free seminars on all different types of business aspects, and they post them on Craigslist and on the internet. So I was going through this, one said how to produce a book. But then I still really didn't know how to write, so I met this guy named Kevin Weston from Youth Outlook. He's the editor of Youth Magazine. And Kevin really taught me how to write, and that's what I came to share with y'all today. Opinions is like a booger. We all got a few, so I'm just sharing mine with you. I'm not saying the way I write is the best way. I just can tell you what my formula is. Later on, you might get a chance to thumb through the paperwork I gave you, but in the paperwork I gave you my formula. Okay. The 3 Ds is how I write: description, detail, and dialogue. The room had a warm feeling. The walls were purple. The essence of my African soldiers and soldierettes could be felt in the room. The chairs were lined up, multicolored. It was women with afros, women with curls, brothers with sweaters, brothers with hats, brothers with toboggans. He stood there talking about his book and who he was. What's up? My name is Fleetwood, said Fleetwood. Then this is pretense of my own. So how you doing, Mr. Fleetwood? The guy said, I'm doing all right. I just came to do my business seminar. Oh, okay, the guy responded. So right there, I kind of try to explain to you what the 3 Ds were. Description, I described the room, and I put the detail in it, then I put the dialogue, which is the people talking. So them the 3 Ds right there. And if you peep out when you start reading different authors, even the newspaper, even whatever you read, you're going to see them 3 Ds. And once I learned that, that's when I became, the formula was over. It wasn't nothing to put out a book. And the other main thing was the timeline. The easiest book you can ever write, in my opinion, is the book about your life. The autobiographical book of your life. All you do is go back far back as you can remember, from 5 to 7, that's chapter 1. You put bullet points. We moved to North Carolina. My mama got a job at the post office. I scraped my knee, got a scar on my knee on the swings. Last for life. I started at Bridgeville Middle School. I met Little Lisa, my first girlfriend. So you take them 5 bullet points, and that's where you start writing your 3 Ds from. That's where you just start writing. You know, you describe. You describe. Each of your life. So you do that all the way down up until, from 5 to 7, all the way to current day and time. So that's my formula right there. The timeline, and then the 3 Ds. So, and then the next thing I want to share with y'all is, I don't have no money. I don't sell drugs no more. I quit selling drugs in '93. I'm not going to go back in one case. But if you're a hustler, it's ways to get anything you want done. It's somebody going to college for everything you need done. Somebody has to be a part of a project to graduate. Somebody did this right here for me. Because somebody's going to school for graphics. And they need to be a part of they need to take a project to their instructor and say, I did this right here, and this is what this man's doing. I did this, sir. I need to turn this in. So what I'm saying is people go to school for journalism. If people go to school for graphic design. If people go to school for marketing. If people go to school for promotion. Everything that you need done to get your project done is people going to school for. Just find somebody 75% into their schooling. So they pretty much already know what they're doing. And then you have to establish your company, because if you establish your company, you can give them credit for what they're doing. My book, Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me, was in the Source magazine. I was on the cover of this date book right here. I went on a chitlin tour from Howard University all the way to Grambling. I was in all kinds of radio and TV stations. So now, anybody who's a part of this book, forever can put that in their portfolio. So you doing them a favor, and you doing yourself a favor is what I'm saying. So don't let that intimidate you that you don't know how to do everything. I don't know. I still write overrun sentences. I'm not good at, I couldn't put the commas there and the action. But that's not, don't worry about that. If you know how to come up with a story, that's the gift God gave you. Let somebody else do what God gave them the gift to do. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I'm trying not to talk too fast. I talk fast.
We got you.
Okay, but the next thing I want to speak upon is ebooks. That's the new crave. That's the reason Marcus Bookstore is going to last forever, because you go in Borders, it smells like the hospital or the courtroom. The walls bland. There's no experience in Borders. It's funny music playing. You know what I mean? There's no experience. So they don't really want to, when you come here, you feel like you're going to your auntie or your cousin and get a book. You feel me? But Borders is closing because ebooks is taking over. So an ebook is an electronic book. You might see a lot of people walking around and they have a little pad, they looking down, walking down the street, they reading a book. It's a little thin thing called iPad. You can download it to your computers, your iPad. And ebooks are very inexpensive to put out. You don't need you don't print up nothing. All you do is get your manuscript ready, find you somebody that write for a black newspaper or somebody going to school for journalism, have them edit your manuscript. I let about my partner back there, Big Hard. What's up, Hard?
What's up, brother?
He's one of my editors. I let about 4 or 5 people read my manuscript even before I think about taking it. I let people who love to read it and say, man, let me know if this keeps you on the edge of your chair. Don't worry about the spelling. Just let me know if it flows. Let me know when it drop off. So that's one suggestion I give to you. When you get your manuscript, give it to people who love to read, but you know ain't gonna steal your story. Okay, so once you get your manuscript ready, then all you need is a cover. You don't even need a back. This is the front. This is the back. I'm gonna get into that in 1 minute. But all you need is a front for an ebook, a front cover, and your manuscript. And you go to, there's quite a few different ebook websites. One of them is smashword.com. That's the one I use. And all you do is download your manuscript, download your cover, set up your PayPal account, and your book is all in cyberspace. Then all you gotta do is, promote and market it. Go on every free radio station, start your TV show on public access, get you a t-shirt, put your cover of your book on your t-shirt, every social network you got. If you go to my Facebook tag or whatever, this is my profile picture. Why should I have this? when I'm trying to sell books. Make your cover your social networks and put it up. As soon as you get the title of your book, get this made first and start promoting a year before it even come out. Start developing your fans. But that's why I pass this around. Always have a way to contact the people who's interested in you. You know what I'm saying? And cyberspace, you don't need a bunch of flyers. You can make a flyer and just hit a button and go to thousands of people. So if you're on Facebook or if you're on Tag or Mocha or MySpace, whatever you're on, and you writing a book, that should be your profile picture. Coming soon up under it or whatever. So they get used to seeing it and then they start asking questions. A lot of them be like, who was that girl? I said, oh, that's a model, you know, this is my book cover, though, sister. You know, so you want them to ask questions. Once they start asking questions, then you know you're working. Then you know what I mean? So, back to ebooks. All you do is download your manuscript, then you download your cover. It's gonna pop up when they go to the site, smashword.com, they type in your name, Miss Ann, then your book gonna come up, The Adventures of Miss Ann. The cover, then it's gonna be like a paragraph, a sample of it. They read it, if they like it, they're gonna say, doo-doo. Swipe their credit card, the money goes straight to your bank account. Doop! It's gonna pop up on your phone. Something has been deposited into your bank account. So all you gotta do is walk around and promote your, and that's for the rest, and if you own your own, if you self-publish, then that's for the rest of your life. That's yours. Just like this right here is mine. If Hollywood called me right now, I said, man, I'm gonna be there in 3.2 seconds. Let's negotiate. They offered me $8,500 for Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me. I wouldn't take it, because that would have been the end of my book. When you get a publishing deal, they offer you an upfront check, right? Because 9 times out of 10, that's the last time you don't ever see any money. If they offer you some money, you got to probably be a celebrity or have some kind of hot gossip topic or something for them to even offer you some money. And then, if it don't sell in 3 months, they're going to take it off the shelf. They ain't finna keep pushing that book. Then you can't even take the title and put it on a t-shirt and sell it. If Hollywood call and want to turn the book into a movie, they're going to talk to them. They don't talk to the author. And most of the time, one second. Most of the time, they change the title or the cover. Yes, sir.
You know, I was just going to say, often Hollywood buys your title and uses it for one of their movies. It's got nothing to do with the content of your book. It's just the title that they buy and trademark or copyright.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
It mess the story up completely.
Most definitely. I mean, it's their story. Once you turn in your manuscript, it's theirs. And ain't and you got to remember this. They got more money than you. You sending in your manuscript, your idea, they can do what they want to with it. A black woman wrote The Matrix. It took almost 15 years to get paid for that. She wrote The Matrix and was starving, fighting them people. But she finally got paid for it. Yes, sir.
You know J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter novels?
Yes, sir.
She was living out of her car when it was first published.
See, I mean, that's the difference.
That was super successful.
And see, that's the difference of owning your own, self-published and being published. And right quick, because I want to get to y'all questions, there's one more thing I want to talk to y'all about. It's called front matter and back matter. Front matter is the stuff that comes before your story. See this? If you look in the book, it's always going to be a few pages, you know, that come before your story. It's no set standard how your front matter can be. You can look at any book and see all of them are different. You establish that on your own, but you got to have a legal page in there with your copyright and your ISBN number. Right here. You got to have with your copyright and the ISBN number. And then in the back, you have what's called the back matter, what comes after your story. It can be an epilogue, it could be note from the author, it could be I always put what's coming next. Because I'm an advertiser. I'm going to, feel me, I'm pushing. Coming next, Daddy Was a Mobster. That's my next book coming out. I already turned that one in. Then, you know what I'm saying, I got to have a light-skinned picture of me in there somewhere. The light-skinned side of me in there, you feel me? Yeah. So, that's what back matter is. And right quick, I forgot one thing. ISBN and barcode. That's this right here. When you got a company, them lines is a barcode. The numbers identify your company and the entity of your company, what type of company it is. When you a publishing company, you go, I think it costs $250. They give you 10 ISBN numbers. Right now, if somebody want to publish a book, they can come to me and I can publish it through my company. But somebody asked me that, one of my partners called me from the penitentiary. I said, man, I can't give you no money up front though. I'm gonna help you, and I ain't gonna print it up for you. I put it as an e-book, but I don't have no money to invest into your book. I'm investing in my book. I'm gonna give you my ISBN number, let you use that and get it out. And I told them, marinate on it. Think about it. So you gotta have an ISBN number and a barcode, or you can't get in no store. This identifies who you are as a company, right here. So, them are the three factors: the ISBN number, the barcode, the front matter, and the back matter. So, I hope it was informative. I hope I didn't talk too fast. I talk fast a lot. I will go back over some more things. I hope the handouts I gave you is informative. Man, I'm here to ask as many questions as you got. All the questions you got, I'm here to ask. And please, like I said, enjoy the experience, the essence of a black-owned historical literature environment. Our ancestors' hands were cut off if they was caught holding a book. That's what I'm teaching there to the youth, to our future. You understand me? We should take every opportunity we can to study. This should be off in most households, in my opinion. My opinion is like a booger though. This should be off. And more of this right here, sitting with a child, should be on. That's just my opinion.
How long did it take you to write?
This book right here, well, Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me, sir. I wrote Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me. I wrote Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me in like 10 months. I wrote Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me in 10 months. But because I didn't know what I was doing, it took a year and a half to get it to print. This book right here, I wrote that in about 2.5 months. Daddy Was a Monster, I wrote that in 30 days. But right now, I got people reading it, going through it, getting the kinks out. So I'm gonna have to go back and tighten a little bit up, but I got a couple opinions today that was like, Fleet, it went down right here, then it went up, it went down. I said, that's what I need. Put that on the side, let me know. But I just got finished with my graphic, man. The cover already done. Yes, sir. Any more questions?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Describe manuscript. What's the definition of manuscript?
A manuscript is your thoughts on a piece of paper prepared to go to print. A completed manuscript is your thoughts on a piece of paper. Say this would be a manuscript that you would hand to a publisher. It would have a front matter, like I told you, like this. See, let me show you something in this book right here. See, this book right here got front and back matter. Every book does. See that? Before you get to the meat of the book, it has to have the front matter. Then it has to have the back matter. You can't mess these books up. These books are messy. It has to have the back matter. So when you turn in your manuscript, that's what you will turn in. A completed, ready for print version of what you're putting out. This would be the first thing, the page that they're going to see when they turn your cover. That's not a manuscript, that's just an informative information.
And obviously, it's always, is it mandatory that you let the people know who you are? Like when you stood up, you say, hey, look, I'm from North Carolina, rah, rah, my mother, rah, rah. Is it always nice to let people know that, or so they get a feel for who you are?
Well, the thing is, the game is about marketing. You understand me? You're not selling a book, you're selling yourself. People are attracted to your struggle, your achievements, your ups, your downs, your striving, your spirituality, your gangsterism, whatever. They're attracted to you, what makes you right. You understand what I'm saying, sir? So that's why it's good to you sell yourself. You know what I mean? In this day and time, the best thing to do is turn on your camera and interview yourself. I do that a lot and put it on YouTube. so they can feel who you are. They want to know who the author is. Who is writing them words? Why should I, like a couple of gentlemen came in and said, I heard you on the radio today. That's what made you come in, not a poster. It was my passion and my spirituality that you heard coming through the speaker, because every time I talk, I pray first. I never talk without praying. Never. And it's never failed me.
Okay, so when I first heard you, it was a Friday afternoon. You didn't have much time.
Yes, sir.
But it was a Friday afternoon between 3 and 4 or 4 and 5. Was that the first time you did KPOO?
No, sir. In the last week, I did about 15 interviews. And I say about 10 of them were on K-Pool, because I need to get to the people. I ain't got no money to be paying KMBL. That's a clear channel station. It's ran by certain people who pollute the youth mind. They don't even want me on KMEL. They played me this morning. Chewy said something, but they don't want me talking on KMEL. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm going to pour water on the seeds. So I have to go where people appreciate the gift that God gave me. That's what I'm saying. Deal with black-owned business cultural, I don't know how, people who own their own outlets to the people. You know what I'm saying? That's where you go and get your free marketing, get free outlets. These little small newspapers y'all be seeing that's free, the little radio stations that you gotta turn, and oh, there you go. That's who gonna let you talk. But you gotta understand, they got their own following for years. People listen to them and don't even go to KMN. People read them newspapers, don't want to even read the Chronicle. People come to markets and walk past borders and look the other way. They ain't finna go up in no borders. They've been coming here for years. They're gonna continue to support this place. Yes, ma'am. I'll be right back. I just want to get a question. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted you to explain the PayPal thing again, how you do that with putting your book online, having an ebook.
Okay, PayPal is a online bank, where you can get an account online.
Okay.
All you gotta do is go to paypal.com and you set up an account with them. Then that's your personal account for any time somebody swipe a credit card and they have your ISBN number, and automatically that money goes straight to your bank account.
Okay.
So if you got a bank account with
come straight to this right here.
yes, ma'am.
PayPal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you got Bank of America or Wells Fargo, and you have a PayPal account, when they swipe it online, it goes straight into your Wells Fargo, straight into your Bank of America. But it shows up. You can go back online and pull up your PayPal, and you'll see it. What's been sold. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
PayPal is a way to keep record of what's being bought online. That's the best way I can see it. It keeps record of what's been bought and sold online. Who purchased your product?
Okay. And so when you do your taxes, do you put yourself down as author and do you pay taxes on it?
Yes, ma'am. You put yourself down as you can either be a sole proprietor or you can either be a corporation. It's a few different ways. I'm a sole proprietor because I'm the secretary, the accountant. If I got an accountant, I got a lawyer, that's it. Other than that, I do everything else. You don't have to pay taxes unless you make a certain amount of money. But you do have to fill out a tax form. I just left Uncle Sam telling what Uncle Pam told me to tell him. You know how it go. You know what I mean? So, and that's very important. You don't want to be out here doing all this work.
And then have Uncle Sam come and get
Come
you.
and take everything. Yes, sir. How you doing, sir? Well, I like that hat. I like that hat. Like that hat. I want to write about it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So that's very important, is to keep your business aspect of your company together. Because you definitely don't want to, you feel me, go down the line and be done sold 300 books. But then at the end of the year, they like, okay, what did you do? Well, how much money did you get off the books? You got to keep record of everything. Me, myself, I got a company I order my books from, so I know how many I sold because I called them and find out how many I ordered. That's how I keep up with it pretty much.
Okay. So that's for the ebook. So how do you do, sorry, sir.
Oh, no.
How do you do your paper books?
Say it again,
How
man.
are you doing your paper books? You explained the PayPal account, and that's how, if I wanted to go online and download your book on my Kindle, let's say, I could do that. But if I'm here, how did you get this? They're paper books.
Okay, you have to find you a printer. I deal with Create Space. And also it's another lighting source. They're called print by demand companies. Or you can just go to a local printer. And you have to have your manuscript ready and your graphics. And like I said, you gotta have the front and the back. This is the back of a book. You have to have the front, the back, and the side, the spine to take to a printer, along with your manuscript. And the more books you print, the cheaper it's gonna be. Right now I'm paying like $4 or something a book. You feel me? But if I order like 500, it's gonna be like $2 or something a book. If I order 1,000, it's gonna be $1 and something a book. So the more you order, the cheaper it's gonna become. And that's how that works. And they call print by demand companies.
Do they charge you by page? Like
Yeah,
if your novel is 1,000 pages.
Yes, ma'am.
Approximately how much do you charge?
Well, it goes on the page number, the type of paper, and the width and the size of the book.
Okay.
What I was told was to go in the store and find a book that I wanted my book to look like. So when I first did Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me, I went and I seen the average size of the books was like 5/8, about this size right here. So this is Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me. This is my first book, through the grace of God. This was a bestseller. This book put me on the map. So I seen that most books was this size. See what I'm saying? So I wanted mine to be like everybody else. So that's why I made it this size. But then I started looking at Donald Goins and Iceberg Slim, my forefathers are urban writers, and I noticed most of their books were smaller. And it don't intimidate people so much. They say, man, that's kind of little. I might knock that out on 2 or 3 part rides. Yeah, let me get that for $10. You know what I mean? So that's why I went with a smaller version. You know what I'm saying? And also I could just put it in my pocket. So I know they can put it in their pocket.
And that's true about them knocking it out, because I had my wife call him last night. She opened the book. She did the same thing that a female friend of mine did. They came to my house and they went, oh, what's this? And when they opened it, they got to the first page, and when I looked around, they were still in it. And last night when my wife did it, I was like, you know what? I didn't get a chance to tell him about my girl, but I'm gonna call him right now and put you on the phone, and you tell him what you just said. And she got on the phone and she told him, oh, I didn't know he was gonna do this, but what I told him was, yeah, I'm getting kind of sleepy, but I think I'm gonna have me some munchies to keep me up a little longer because I don't want to stop reading. You know, and this morning before she left, that's why she's not with me. She had to go to Greyhound and go back home to Sac. But this was done this morning.
Okay.
So,
and right, I'm gonna be right here. And that's, you know, that makes all the balling up the paper, the walking to get it done, the calls, the scratching this out stuff, that makes it all so rewarding when I get them kind of calls. When I see y'all in here asking me these questions. Because I can't be successful until you're successful. I can't keep what I got until I give it away. You know what I mean? So that's when you feel that, that's what's gonna make you want to continue to write. Don't be intimidated. A lot of people are so intimidated by writing a book. But everybody wants to do it because it's so tedious. I made 12 albums. I can write a whole album. I'm gonna be right at you. I can write a whole album in a day. That's how gifted God has gifted. If I got the beats, I can. He's one of the coldest lyricists I know. But when it comes to writing a book, you have to write it, read it. Oh man, just go and read it, write it, read it, write it, read it. It's tedious work, so that's why a lot of people get discouraged. That's why it's important, like I said, to find someone who's going to school for journalism. Who's, you know what I'm saying, who's going to school for the type of things that's going to get on your nerves. You just stick to the creative process. Be creative. Don't worry about all the cover and all that else. Let somebody who's going to school for that do all that. That's what your team is for. Yes, sir. I'm going to be right at you.
Stanley Tookie Williams wrote some books in prison.
Yes, sir.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that he was nominated for the Nobel Prize.
He won. He was. He did. He
And
won.
he never should have taken his part. That was such a part. But there's also a white guy who wrote a book in prison. And the name of the book is Jailhouse Journal.
Yes, sir.
He had to get permission from the prison authorities before he could write it. He was a flight surgeon in Vietnam, and also, in my opinion, he was falsely in prison.
Before you continue, sir, I'm a member of Mount Zion Baptist Church, and I got a church revival to get to, but I had to come and tell you, brother. Please, y'all, let's keep supporting this.
The name of the book was Jailhouse Journal.
All right. I'm going to give praise. All right. Pray for me.
God bless everybody. I just like all this. All right. Take care.
Next question. Oh, sir, excuse me. Will you finish it?
No, I was just saying the title of his book was Jailhouse Journal. I think it's a very good book.
Okay. Can I ask you what was your favorite book that you ever read, sir?
Ulysses by James Joyce.
Okay. And why was it your favorite book?
I don't know, I just like to read it. It was very challenging.
Okay. And I really like what you just said about challenging. I want to share this with y'all. The autobiographical book I wrote, Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me, was easy. Why? Because it was the truth. All I had to do was go back, far back as I could remember, and write about my life. That was it. When I wrote this, it challenged my penmanship. Why? Because I had to make the story up. I had to be 20 people in my head at one time. I had to keep people on the edge of their seat to keep the page turning. Because I'm not putting out no garbage. I'm not no garbage, man. I'm not putting out no garbage. I'll ball it up and throw it away before I put it out. So, this challenged me as a writer. But one thing I want to share with y'all that I tell all the youth, Hollywood was shut down when the writers went on strike. Wasn't no Jay Leno, wasn't no Price is Right, wasn't no what's it called, Young and the Restless, none of that. Because the pen is mightier than the sword. You understand what I'm saying? That's how powerful we are as writers. They can't, a lot of people can act, but they don't know how to write the words. A lot of people can sing, but they don't know how to write the words. So understand who you are and what God has blessed you with. That gift. Don't be intimidated, please. I want to come back a year from there. Everybody in here got a book. I'd be mad. I'd be dancing. Yes, ma'am.
Question: what's the best way to write? Like, you know, because sometimes I don't like sitting at the computer all day long. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes when I record it, I don't want to transfer what I recorded back to the computer. Like, what's a good way to just really get your thoughts out?
Well, they got a program now called Dragon that you can talk into the computer and it'll just type up. It'll type for you. It's called Dragon. It'll type it for you. All you gotta do is talk. Me, myself, I like to write early in the morning. When I'm at peace, when my thoughts is fresh, when I ain't dealing with no drama or nothing. After I wake up, pray, turn on my gospel, read my Bible, do my push-ups, then I write. At first, and then one thing else I want to show you. I used to write my books. I don't do that no more. I lost 3 books in Portland, Oregon. I had to write this over. Remember I called you? I had to write this book over. I had to write Daddy Was a Monster because I had them in tablets. Please do not do that. I write my books now in my email. Every time I type like this. I type with 2 fingers. Because I used to do this when I was little, crack my knuckles, so I got that copper punnel thing, whatever.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
You could tell by the splint.
Yes, sir. So that's just something I wanted to share with you. I type my type as much as I can, then I forward it to myself. No matter where I go, I can be in New York, North Carolina, I can be in Alaska, wherever. I can always go to the library and type it again. I won't have to carry my tablet around with me. I can't lose it. Even if the computer crashed, the email ain't gonna crash. You see what I'm saying? So that's just something I do. And then me myself, I listen to soft jazz music when I write. K-Pool. Sometime on the little 99 channel, I turn on something real soft, you know, watery or something, and I just write. Because a lot of times when I listen to, you know, words in the music, it kind of distract me. So I have to be like in a serene moment. If I like to listen to soft jazz and I turn it down real kind of low, I just type. And like I said, I go off my bullet points. Like I told y'all, I put my chapters. When I get ready to write my book, I put all the bullet points for each chapter that's going to fulfill the story. I keep it at the top. Then I write all the characters at the top of the story. So because I can't forget who Tom is and Leslie and Mary Ann. I can't forget that because I be done skip. You know, I be writing over top of myself. So it's like a reference point. You understand what I'm saying?
What's a bullet?
A bullet point is a sentence that you can turn into 10 paragraphs. It's a sentence, it's like 5 words that describe 10 pages. We moved to field mode in 1941, right? So if you say I moved to field mode in 1941, that's a bullet point, right? Okay, so then you can say, in 1941 I moved to the Banneker homes. They was orange. Me and my little sister, we used to go back and forth to the store on the corner. That's when I met Bobo. He was real cool. But you can elaborate from that bullet point. The bullet point is just the trunk. From that trunk comes a lot of branches. And that's when them 3 Ds come in.
Now, what did you want to, in doing your autobiography, how did you get over this thing with actually mentioning people's authentic name? I see sometimes names have been changed to protect them, blah, blah, blah. Can you use the actual person's name, or is it best to change those names? See, like when you touched on Donald Goins.
Yes, sir.
And some of them characters he had, Tar Baby, white folks.
Yes, sir.
Now, was he doing that? I know, but there was probably actual characters with them names.
It was, from my understanding, white folks and Tar Baby and Swamp Man, all them was actual situations, but the people was different in the book. You know what I mean? Me myself, when I did my autobiography, when I did my book about myself, I'm always saying that word, I didn't change no name. But I didn't incriminate nobody doing my gangster life neither. You understand what I'm saying? I had some family members that was pissed off at me to this day because I told the truth. I went through a painful journey. My mom died. I'm 17 years old. They blame me for my mama's death. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was just wild and I was taking California back to the country. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of my family members didn't appreciate the way I described my adolescent years. But that's the only way I knew how to do it. And there was a healing. I healed a lot of wounds within me. That's what you're going to also find out. When you write the book of your life, you're going to open up a lot of wounds, but a lot of wounds going to get healed too. You're going to put closure on a lot of things in your life. You're going to be able to move on. You're going to be able to celebrate your struggle also. You're going to realize how strong you are. That's why it's so important to write the story of your life, because it's an appreciation for who you have become. Can't nobody take that from you. If I never have a grandchild, when my little nieces and nephews, I got nieces and nephews all over the United States, when they read this, they're going to say, Uncle Robert, Uncle Fleetwood, man, that's my uncle. They're going to know me. That's why a lot of people love me, because when they read this book, they know who I am, ins and outs, because I don't hold nothing back, because I ain't ashamed of who I is. So, back to your story, sir, like if you probably was messing with Al Capone or something, you look like, I'm just kidding. If you got any kind of thing like that that might incriminate somebody or have somebody make a phone call, I would, change the name up a little bit, you feel me? You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna say this right here. My partner I was 19 years old. I was in the federal penitentiary. My friend was selling dope for Oliver North and New Arabia. His name is Michael Harry O'Harris. He's in San Quentin right now. He gave Suge Knight $1.5 million to start Death Row Records. It was Harry O, Bo Bennett, Mario Billabona, and Freeway Ricky Ross. Them was the four who the government gave kilos to infiltrate the ghetto. Just so happened, my dumb self stole something off the Alameda Naval Base, got on probation, came to San Francisco after probation, got caught up in the TL. They sent me to the federal pen. And that's how I met them three dudes. They was looking for Freeway Ricky Ross. So I'm sitting in the TV room. On the TV comes the thing announced, the most notorious drug lords in the United States have been captured except for one. We're looking for Freeway Ricky Ross. I've been there 3 weeks. These dudes been treating me like a little brother. I've just got that personality. I ain't know who they was. I looked, one was right here and the other two was right here. I said, oh my goodness. You feel me? So when I talked about that, I told the truth because they had already been caught. You know what I'm saying? They had already been caught, so that was just part of my story. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing that I had to hide because you can Google it right now. So that's what I was trying to get to. It was a when it's public record, yeah, tell it. If it's public record, hell, tell it. You feel me? That's just part of your story what God has brought into your life. That's what's called testimony. Yes, sir.
What search term do you use when you're Googling that particular thing?
What I just talked about?
Yeah.
Just put in Michael Harris. Michael Harris, yeah.
H-A-R-R-I-S.
H-A-R-R-I-S, yes. Harry O. He's in San Quentin right now. Yes, yeah, so if it's public record, if whatever is in your story that you kind of not sure about telling, if it's part of public record and the public got access and they can Google it, man, tell it. And then also, I mean, I got a lot of relatives. I don't have a lot of family. I ain't gonna lie to you. So a couple of them I talked to about it, a couple of them I didn't. If it make you feel uncomfortable, call and holler at them. But the main thing is, like my mama told me, if you come from the heart, it's gonna reach the heart. Come from your heart. You put your emotions on the paper, people gonna get emotional about it.
How did you get the ISBN number?
You go to BOWKERS.com, or you can just Google ISBN number. But Barker's is the #1 company a lot of people deal with. You get ISBN numbers from there, and you also get barcodes from there. A lot of times when you buy the ISBN number, they give you the barcode for free. Most publishers, not most, all of them, when you sign a publishing deal, that's gonna be their barcode and their ISBN number on the back of it. That money ain't coming to you. And another thing is very helpful is, stay involved with the community. That's why I'm doing this right here now, because telephone, telegram, tell somebody. That's just how it goes. Word of mouth is the best form of promotion ever. Telephone, tell somebody, telegram. If you're writing a book about the struggle or what it was when you was growing up in the country as a young woman and you became a successful woman and had to deal with a few domestic violence situations, go talk to some young women that's dealing with that. And then that way you get a write-up in the newspaper about your speaking. Now people asking questions of who you are. Oh, such and such. And I have a book coming out called Never Beat Again, Never Be Beaten Again. You see what I'm saying? That's how you market and cross-market it. Whatever your essence of your story is, find a way to let your water out into the community for free. Don't pay nothing. Because you ain't got to. There's too many ways to let the world know what you are and who you are and why you are here. This dude I know, my partner, his name is Derek O'Neill. He made a book called Game Over. He told me this lady got it for $15,000. Because he had money. He was a baller. He just paying people. Oh, man, do this. Get me on the radio. Oh, man, print this up. He told me he sold 20,000 books. But he spent a lot of money doing it. But now he know what he's doing, though. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I tell people all the time. Use as many free resources as you can to get your story out. and it's always an audience. It's a million stories in the neck of city, but it's always an audience for your story.
What about overseas, internationally?
Well, internationally, I mean, that's where your ebooks come in, and then you would also can connect with people and get consignments deals. But it's harder to trace your money if you got a consignment deal in London, unless they're gonna buy 50 books at a time, and buy them for, instead of you getting $8, they're gonna buy them for $4. They just gonna cash you out. So the market is there. I mean, like, I don't have a distributor, but I can get one. But dealing with a distributor, then you got to deal with somebody that you done send 100 books to. You got to call them every day, and they can lie to you and say they ain't sold them 100 books. You understand what I'm saying? I distribute my own books. I have friends like Miss Karen and Mr. Mika. I come and get them a certain amount. That's like family. So I'm distributing my own. I got a dude in New York. There's a couple of Holloway House and Triple Crime. I could send my books there. Send them 50 books. But they could call me and say, Fleet, we ain't sold none, man. They done sold all my books. And I had to go to New York. Man, where my books at? Then you know what I'm saying? I done spent more money with a lawyer, more money traveling, trying to find out about my 50 books that I was going to make off of 50 books.
So what's the difference in a book and an e-book?
An e-book is an electronic book. An e-book is a book that's not printed up. An e-book is a book that they can download to their iPad, to their phone, or whatever. All you need for an e-book is the cover and your manuscript. And y'all can check out smashword.com. SMASHWORDS.com. That's what mine is. And they got all you gotta do is put in ebook stores, or Google their ebook stores, and a lot of them will pop up. That's the most inexpensive way. Ebooks went out really when I wrote this, but when I wrote this, I put it up as an ebook first. It was up as an ebook 3 or 4 months before I even printed it up. I ain't even checked the money yet.
What was that last website? Smash what?
Smashwords.com.
Smashword, W-O-R-D? SMASHWORDS.com. Yeah, I ain't even checked the money yet. I ain't tripping. I'm going to check it because I'm getting money off the print, so I might check it. It might be a trip to Hawaii in there. I'm hoping to Jamaica or something, maybe more. So I'm just hoping, you feel me? I'm just hoping. Because a lot of you, I'm telling you, a lot of people be on that Kindle. And then another thing that I want to share with you, you have to understand who your audience is and who reads books. That's why I made the mistake with this. I tried to sell it to rappers. Because it was about hip-hop. And rappers don't read no books unless it was Tupac or someone, or Common Sense, Chuck D or somebody. You feel me? So I had to kick back. And this time, I seen people on the bar. They got downtime. That's who read books, when they got downtime. And most of the people who read books is women. Like you said, that's the number one consumer. Especially if it's not a book, like a to-do book. Like how to fix something. Most books, like on education or something like that, that's just what it is, brothers. They read by women. On most of all my social networks, 95% of my friends on my social networks are women. I treat them all as sisters and queens. I don't flirt with them and all that stuff because I'm not there for them. I tell them I appreciate them, the essence of a woman, and things of that nature. But
I've heard hip hop try to kill me a lot in the last year or so. I hear that phrase a lot. How long has that been? You published that?
I published this in 2008. I mean, God gave me this title because the music business is a pimp and pandering business. People dreams turn into their nightmares real quick. I just watched a song last night about one of my favorite singers, Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle. If you notice, a lot of singers, not to get off the subject, but a lot of singers go running back to gospel because the church is where they usually started at. The devil was a chief musician in heaven. That's why scary movies sound like and gospel music sound. It's uplifting.
Well, we lost one today.
So
When the actress died.
And, and that's what you gotta try to do when you come up with your title. Is have your title where you can be on a soapbox with your title. Your title must stop people, because your book is only a can of soup at the grocery store. And you know how you walking down the aisle, you gonna get this Campbell's, or you feel me? That's how you gotta look at what's gonna make that person say, oh, wait a minute. And what I've just noticed in the last 2 weeks, my boy who do my covers, I said, man, damn, you got all my books looking black. See how these are looking dark? So I just told him the other day, man, I said, man, I want my background to be a little lighter more. Because I went to the bookstore the other day and wasn't none of them, even though that made my book stand out. Like if it's like right here or something, it stands out because it's two light ones and a dark one. I don't know. I want to try something. Something that I noticed. You see what I'm saying? Both of my books is black. I'm black, but you know what I mean? I got on black, but man, you know what I mean? So.
Change it up.
Yes, ma'am. Change it up. Please give me some more questions. I'm talking too much.
Well,
yes, sir.
I just want to say, you did a pretty good job because, I read that it was Munster. They did a pretty good job on it. But for me, the positive, add the positive to what, you always say positive. Every time I see you, when you call, when you text me, I say, yeah, I'll be there, brother. I'm going to give you my support. Because by what you're doing, I don't know if people tell you this, but what you're doing and your energy is positive. So there's a lot of people feed off that when they see you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm encouraged to keep doing it.
Thank you, man. It means a lot. I just tell you, bro, like I just told y'all about my big partner, got $107 million. Been in jail 25 years. He got to share a cell with a man. I got a zip on my stomach. They hit me in my back 9 times when I was going to college in Minnesota. I've been on both sides of the drug game. I've been an alcoholic. So I go to sleep early and wake up early. I'm appreciative of every moment, every day I see it. It's my job to tell my story with the word. Tell the world why I am who I am. That's because of God. Just that simple. I don't know what no other. And I tell people all the time, I want what money can't buy. And that's God's approval with my life, peace of mind. I've been Negro rich 3 times. I'm 17 years old, got an $80,000 house, $15,000, 1979. Dopest car in the whole city. Every girl in the town was telling me I was cute and pretty. Had 1 million friends. But I was paranoid, depressed, drunk all the time. So this is my purpose, and it feels good to know why God saved me. So that's why I got y'all emails, because anything I can do for you, I'm here. I just want to see you shine. I want to see your story in print. I appreciate you saying it. Yes, sir.
Brother Fleetwood, just to echo what this brother said, man, I'm extremely proud of you, first of all, for coming from where you came from. And I've known you a little while now and seeing where you are.
Yes, sir.
And your generous spirit and willing to share. My question is, how can we, people like me and other folk here, get you into the churches, the schools, places, particularly where our young folk and old folk are, to not only share your triumph, but to share this wisdom and knowledge you're kicking? Because, too many times in the black community, we pay Susan Taylor $50,000 to tell us how she did Essence. I don't want to hear that. And the youngsters, especially the ones I work with and the ones you work with, they need to hear from brothers like you. So my long-winded question, how can we get you into more vehicles and venues so the masses can hear your message?
Well, all I ask of, I get a game away for free, Mr. Langston. I love you like a fat kid love cake. So, just set the date up, give me 2 weeks, I'm there. And, it'll be appreciative because the revolution got to be funded, but it'll be appreciative if they could order, 10, 15, 20 books. I have students that was going to be there. They could order, 10 or 15 books. That'll be appreciative, but if they can't afford it, I'll come for free. I ain't tripping. God going to pay me. So, just let me know where you need me at. When you need me, I'm there, man. You know how we do it, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's always a pleasure to measure treasure. Always. Mr. Lacey, if y'all don't know, is a very inquisitive, intelligent, spiritual brother that's been through a lot in his life. This is one reason that I build K-Pool so much, because of brothers like that. So that's a person that y'all need to know. When y'all get ready to get y'all book out, y'all holler at Mr. Lacey. He'll tell you, come on down, tell your story. Right there.
89.5.
89.5. So, see, brothers like that, Donald Lacey, that's the one and only. Real famous. So that's what I'm saying. People like that will feel your passion and they'll get behind you.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. People like that. And it's a whole lot of people like that.
And to underscore my last question, not to be, but
yes, sir.
In this war we in our community, particularly with our young people, see, people like you is the solution. Because these youngsters, you done been, it ain't nothing these youngsters out here on Fillmore doing now that you don't know. We need to give you the back end, because you can reach these youngsters. You can, I mean, I can to a degree too, you know,
yes, sir.
But I'll get into my back history.
Yes,
but
sir.
the problem is, I see too many, we go for the corporate types who these youngsters tune off like that. And we need to get brothers like you, so to let these youngsters know, look, not only did I do it, but look at where I'm at now. Because again, it ain't where you started, it's where you finished. You ain't nowhere near finished. But I can just see, man, this is, and the fact that you encourage and reading, like you said, these youngsters don't read. They need to learn the importance of picking up these books and writing and all that. And man, it's a powerful platform, and you just have my full support. That's
what I mean. You know, Mr. Lacey, like I tell all the youth, itemize the devil's workshop. That's why a lot of them get in trouble. That's why I used to get in trouble. But a book will take you away like Calgon. You know, it's a shame that a lot of our youth wait till they get to juvenile hall or prison to read. You can be in deep East Oakland with the most craziest thing outside your home. But if you pick up the right book, you can be in France, you can be in South of Houston, you can be in 1843 with Harriet Tubman on that Underground Railroad, learning about who you is. So that's what I encourage. Blood Test is a love story that's based on peer pressure and a family full of hustles. And y'all see I just spit that out? I always have that in line. Anytime they ask me, what on Curly's hair down the street. It's a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You need to develop that when you write your book. That's your spiel line. Okay, Blood Test is a love story based on peer pressure in a family full of hustlers. Okay, so what I mean by that, a youngster grew up in a drug family in Oakland, one of the biggest drug families. At the end, I'm gonna tell you at the end what happened. At the end, the dude who killed his mama and killed his girl, they bring him to him in a trunk. They find him. They bring him to him in a trunk. And Deshaun is stuck with this decision of his life. Should he kill his dude, or should he back up and square up? So that's why I titled the book Blood Test, because it's a test of his bloodline. It's based on peer pressure. Now, a little something happens at the end. I can't tell y'all the end because you never read it. But that's why it's called Blood Test. And the reason I twisted the title, because I wanted people to say Blood Test. Oh, that must be one of the Marvin. That's who the baby daddy. You feel me? So that's why I did it like Blood Test instead of saying Bloodline or Look. At first I had called it Look What I Inherited, but I said that's too long. I need something to just grab them. So I said Blood Test.
And Blood Fest would sound Asian. Chopping Chinese.
Yeah, so that's what Blood Test is. And then see what I did also, I left it at an angle where I could go into schools, where it could be a tool for teaching. Also, even though it's gangster, it's an educational tool. This is Fleetwood, author of Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me, author of Blood Test. If you need to reach me, go to Fleetwood. That's FLEETWOOD_189 Once again, Fleetwood, FLEETWOOD_189 Anything I can do for you, I will be there. Keep God close to you, and what you want won't be far from you. True story.